and like making them into like little dresses and stuff. It was super fun, romantic time. Yeah, so my mom said, you know, depend on no man, get a job, do sciences, and something smart. I know, right? So put myself to university at Lakehead, did political science, but I was going to be some big politician. Worked at the medical school for 6.5 years, and I was like, okay, I'm not 30 yet. Well, now I'm 31, but at the time it was, anyway, that doesn't matter. And I was like, this sucks because I hate doing this, and it was mediocre at best, but it just, I didn't feel successful. My mom always bragged about me. She thinks I'm awesome at everything, but I was like, of course, it's my mom. She's got to say this stuff. But I didn't feel it. I wasn't feeling any connection with my own life. I just felt like just another person. I was just somebody else. And so I kept fantasizing with this restaurant, and my husband proposed, and I went shopping in town because I watched too much TV, and I was expecting that big say yes to the dress thing. I was like, you know, you stand on the pedestal with a big dress, and your mom's crying, and you're saying yes, and you're clapping your hands, but it wasn't like that. It was not like that at all. So I said, somebody should do something. And I was like, wait a second, it's me! Because I have the sewing background, a little bit more creative and out there a little bit. No. So yeah, so one thing led to another. I was working on my business plan, which it just felt like a hobby. Like, oh, what are you going to do today? Oh, instead of like going golfing or sewing or something, I'm just going to work on my business plan. So I did that for a few months, and then one thing led to another. I was looking at spaces and putting together this big plan, and I'm like, I can do this. And my husband was on board. So yeah, so I started shopping around for spaces, and I came across this space. It wasn't even, there was no sign in the window, nothing. I'm just trying to look, and there's paper all over the place. And I found out who owned the building and went and harassed the poor guy that works upstairs. He's a lawyer that owns the building, just a little Italian guy. I'm like, hey, can I see your space downstairs? Yeah, sure. So I was like, oh, I'm so going to do this. Yeah, whatever. And then I did all this. My husband and I, we refinished the floor. The floor is actually from the Port Arthur Armory. So it's over 100 years old. And it's kind of nice. It has a bit of connection because my grandfather was in the army and fought in World War II, and he actually marched on this floor. So I feel a little connection. This is where I get a little weird. But yeah, we painted the walls. My husband built my change rooms, and this wall here. We put in all the lights. There was just like 5 naked bulbs in the ceiling, and to me it was beautiful though. It was just a big diamond in the rough, and totally is. Okay, let's go back to my speaking notes. I went off. Okay, so so to get involved in business, I didn't really know too many business people. I don't come from a business family. So I just started asking people, like, hey, what do you do? What kind of POS system do you use? Where do you go to get a business number? What else do I have to do? And do I need a special license to sell wedding dresses? All these questions, I was just peppering anybody who I would ask. And yeah, then I came across, I've known Mike Neats for a while, and Michael Beggs works at RBC, and they gave me some really good advice, and from there I just kind of met other people and networking. A huge part of my business plan is just networking with other businesses. I have I've been open a year. Right now I employ 4 people, and a 5th person is a wedding planner who works out of my shop. This is all her stuff here. So she comes in, she does some hours in exchange for some space, so I can actually go do lunch dates and whatever, and do more networking, and I do my own marketing, so it's pretty fun. What else? Fell in love with the space. I grew up in the East End. People ask me, wasn't this area a bad neighborhood? Why you put a bridal shop there? And I'm like, you know what? I grew up over the bridge, where it's like the working poor, and this is home to me. This is not a scary place. It's, you know, any place. You know, I'm sure there's a mommy pushing pills in River Terrace, you know, like. Not you guys are weird. There's the characters everywhere.
Why is
that?
Breaking bad.
And she would be located where?
Yeah, so this area is actually, you know what, I don't even have like big hopes for the courthouse or anything. It was just, this is my home, this is where I'm building my business. I was very fortunate. I was born just around the corner, grew up just around the other corner. This is where I work now, and I'm very happy and I feel fortunate.